Thank you all, beautiful people. Oh, a great revolutionary activist, a leader, a humanitarian, a father, a husband, a brother, a friend, someone who stands for all human rights, not just for some people, but all people. Some of his start was in the Black Panther Party from 1968 to 1982. He continued to work. He's still in the trenches. He's still a community activist, a leader, and a servant of the people. He is the founder of the Black Panther Party Alumni Legacy Network, Dr. Satoru Najib, formerly known as James Mott.
We do a lot of events, but when St. Mary's got in touch with me, I'm going to tell you, you are our heart. We are all part of you. And hearing all the stories, brother, I was there that day when Kathleen got on the bike. I remember the East Bay Dragons coming to the Oakland Community School and Learning Center, participating in everything, serving the community. I wanted to put things into perspective. This day, we are the history. We are Black history, but it encompasses all of you. It was all of America, all of the people. But let me put something in perspective. The influence that Oakland had and still has today. We're getting inundated, of course, from all over the world. But let me tell you the impact. It was just not party members per se, but it was all our brothers and sisters who would be considered community workers, all the people who supported us, all the parents who worked at all the various programs. The Black Panther Party was the last and perhaps most significantly domestically based revolutionary political organization to challenge American racism, injustice, and inhumanity. At its height, the Black Panther Party encompassed 45 chapters in the United States. We established an international branch and embassy. You hear me? Straight out of Oakland. Went and had an embassy in Algeria, which we service many people in the world. There's stories behind all of this. And of course, I'm just going to be giving you an overview. I call it the elevator concept, and you'll be able to know where to go to get more information. We trained and educated and learned from our brothers and sisters in the Congo, formed coalitions with organizations in Zimbabwe, Mozambique, South Africa, North and South Vietnam, North Korea, Japan, the People's Republic of China, India, Uruguay, Peru, Nicaragua, Cuba, Palestine, Iran, Iraq, Israel. We actually there were 2 chapters in Tel Aviv, and one was in Jerusalem. They came from Algeria, and they came, and their main thing was decent housing, not only for the people, but also for the seniors, and that still exists today. Throughout Europe and ultimately, the Black Panther Party's influence and power provoked a frenzied effort by the U.S. federal government. We were young. We were part of that movement. I'm going to quickly, as much as I possibly can, go over some things that I think are important for all of you to know and to realize how important. It's just like Ms. Cook was talking about, yes, your voice means something. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to show you some examples of it's just like it started all over again because of the conditions of the world. And remember, our young people went out there like we did in Watts, like we did in that same angry period, and realized nothing took place. They got frustrated. But now there's a whole new concept. So, a little bit about my generation, our generation, civil rights to revolutionary change. All those that were involved in civil rights, in the free busing movement, when they came to the free speech movement, when they came to the South to register people to vote, they ended up coming to the Bay Area, Oakland and Berkeley. One of the things that we realized at that point in time my exposure. And I'm going to tell you what is happening. There's no such thing as critical race theory. It's about being able people to learn the real story of how all of us were involved. And I'm going to get into that in just one moment. So we're observing this. We're looking at civil rights, and we always say there's human rights. The right to live, the right to have a decent house, fit for the shelter of human beings, the right to a decent education. That's what self-defense was. Not just a self-defense in the initial stages. Self-defense encompassed all these points and all the programs. And I'm going to talk about those in just a moment. So my journey started in Sacramento, California. I had family living in Oakland. I happened to cut school that day. It was legitimately senior cut day. Well, I actually declared that myself. It was a thing, okay? I don't tell that to kids today. They're like, oh, that sounds good. So I was standing across the Capitol, saw Ronald Reagan, then governor. I seen him whisk off to a group of state police.